Hello everyone, welcome to another battle report. This time it is Chaos Knights, I think. My opponent's not here yet, I'm just getting ready. But he asked for some Armiger Warglaves, so I'm pretty sure he's doing pure Chaos Knights. So I'm just going to say Chaos Knights and apologize if it's wrong later. And I am playing Blood Angels. So to go through my list. We have a couple proxies. Those stands are more suppressors. A couple things don't have all their arms yet. Okay, so I'm starting out with 8 CP. I am running a Vanguard for 3 CP. I'm bringing a Leviathan Dreadnought for a CP. And a second Warlord trait for a CP. So, started off, we have Captain in Gravis Armor. He has no head. He is a ghost. He has Chapter Master upgrade. He has the Warlord trait, the Imperium Sword. So reroll charges, +1 strength, +1 attack on the charge. He has the Relic Angel Artifice for a 2-up save and +1 to wound and toughness. Originally, before I had the Apothecary in the list, he was getting a second Warlord trait to give him the 5+ Feel No Pain, but took that out. So going to the Apothecary, he is the Chief Apothecary with Selfless Healer, so he can bring guys back for 0 CP. Then we have a Librarian in Terminator Armor. He has Smite, Might of Heroes, and Veil of Time. And if you watch my last battle report, hopefully this time he'll actually be able to do something, because I forgot to bring him into play last time. This is the Space Hulk model. So cool. I don't think... No. So this guy, he is just a Primaris Apothecary. This is the Blood Angel specific model with a jump pack. He does not have the jump pack. He's just a Primaris guy. This guy just looks really cool, and I had him ready. We have 3 units of Blade Guard. The Lieutenant, and the Captain are just going to be stand-ins for the Sergeants. This guy will probably just end up being one of them, because I don't need multiples. And the Lieutenant, I don't know. I just don't think I will ever use this model. So using him as a sergeant for the Blade Guard just makes sense. And this weapon will be swapped out for a bolt pistol or heavy bolt pistol, whatever he has. Then we have 3 Eliminators and 3 Eliminators. I'm trying both of them out with the Las Fusils. We have 2 units of 3 Suppressors. And the Leviathan, with no arms, has a Siege Drill, Gravflux Bombard, and I also forgot this in the last game, he has 2 additional guns. So he has 2 Volkite. So try to do that. And that is my list. 1,500 points. Starting out with 8 CP. And this is my Warlord, the Gravis Armor Captain. When my friend gets here, we will set up his army, take a list, or go through his list, and then we will get to building the table. It's currently just a bunch of dice and buildings. And a book. More dice. So we'll be back with the second army. Okay, we're back with the second army, and I was right, it is Chaos Knights. We are running 2... the Desecrators?
Yep.
2 Desecrators. This guy's arm broke in transit, but he does have a gauntlet, which is a relic. He will be the Warlord, and we'll get to that later. We have 2 War Dogs. Then we have 3 War Dogs, 2 with Meltas. And what do these guys have for guns?
The standard kit.
Standard kit is a Melta.
Thermal... heavy stubbers and thermal spears.
That is. So what do these ones have?
Meltaguns, thermal spears, and the chain cleaver.
Okay, so these two have the Meltaguns on top. And that's the list at 1,500 points. We have this crazy deployment. Knights will be in this big box. Blood Angels will be in the red. The red will be that side. And we'll map out the rest after. There are buildings here. We're just doing it for the view. We have 6 objectives that disappear. Control 1 for each. And we got pick 2 twists and use them both. So we got Hatred. So you re-roll a wound roll of 1 if it's the closest enemy unit. And Champion. We are doing house rules for this, and we are allowing the Knight to be a champion. That's what we were about to talk to, but I wanted to go over this first. And I am using my Chapter Master because it makes sense that he is the champion. So we'll be back after deployment, and we put the objectives down. Okay, we have deployment here with some armigers back here, which will separate after deployment with an objective. An objective on the side. The 2 big knights and the 3 armigers in the middle. There's another objective there. Another objective here. And then I've got some snipers over there. Snipers over here. Then everything's kind of hiding behind this wall. We got Blade Guard, Blade Guard, Blade Guard, 3 characters, and the Leviathan. We're going to roll, see who goes first. Space Wolf, or not Space Wolf, he's running a Space Wolf dice. Chaos Knights get turn 1, and Blood Angels get second half of turn 1. You don't just get the whole turn. Chaos Knights have 11 CP to start, and Blood Angels have 8. So we will be back after Chaos Knights, turn 1. Alright, so everything kind of scattered. He stood back there. These 2 moved up. He moved up. He moved up. These 2 moved up. Scored 4 objective points. And I left these guys out thinking I was out of his range because for some reason when he said he had Meltas, I thought all of his guns were 24 inch, not 30 inches. And then I forgot that these guys have big, big guns. So with no invols, they got wrecked. But that was it. On to Blood Angels, turn 1. Okay, so the Blade Guard got the psychic power to give the +1 strength and attack and the reroll charges. So they were able to come in and assault the armiger. I did some shooting and took some wounds off both armigers. They are armigers, right? They're technically war dogs, but they're
armigers.
Okay. The librarian didn't charge, but the chapter master and the apothecary did, just so that he could stick with them. And then the Leviathan charged the other one. He did pay to interrupt, but I made my invul saves, and the Leviathan still stands. I was able to pick up 1, 2, and 3 objectives for 3 points. On to Chaos Knights, turn 2. Okay, so the armiger that was here came around and shot and killed a Blade Guard, charged in, did a couple wounds, took a couple wounds in return. Due to the new rules, he counts as 5 models to my 4. I think only 2 are within range, so he does take that objective from me. Over here, this knight charged in, killed 3 Blade Guard. And he shot and killed the Leviathan. And he moved over on that objective. This guy counts as 10 now, so he takes that objective from me. And this guy sat at the back and took that objective. So Chaos Knights are up to 8 points. On to Blood Angels, turn 2. Okay, so these guys here were able to kill the armiger, or the war dog there. Took a couple wounds. He did blow up. We've been rolling to see which objectives disappear. This turn was the 4. Last turn was over here. It was the 2. I moved it up there just so we had more room to roll. My big boss came in, did 8 wounds to this guy, bring him to 1, and then he wiped out the blade guard that were buffed up, so he's alive. This guy cast goes first on the blade guard, which is why he attacked them first instead of my captain. And he has that objective. I had that objective for 2. So it is currently 8-5. Then on this side, these guys deep struck in and shot and took this guy down to 2 wounds. On to Chaos Knights, turn 3. Okay, so he shot and charged and got the blade guard from that unit down to 1. Then over here, this guy shot and charged and killed the unit of suppressors. And then my captain, chapter master guy, was able to kill the 1 wound knight, and he did not blow up. 0 points scored because he went for kills. And yeah, on to Blood Angels, turn 3. Okay, this guy shot and failed his charge. These guys shot and he made his saves. And then the Blade Guard, who were targeted and successfully cast from the Librarian for the Might of Heroes, charged in and did 24 wounds. That's it. Those guys, the snipers, did nothing. And which one disappears? Number 4. Of course we got to reroll it now that the camera's on. 1 right in front of you. This one now dead. On to Chaos Knights or War Dog. Turn 4.
You scored 1 right.
Okay, so the Armiger that was here died in Overwatch. He only had 2 wounds left. 2 damage weapons, 3 hits. 1 wound, failed his save, re-rolled, failed his save. So we called it there because I'm easily going to get that point, and that'll be enough. It's currently 8-8, so that'll put me to 9-8, so we figured we'd call it there. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. If you have any requests for Space Marines for me to play, if I own it, I will try to make a list out of it. We're still playing 1,500 points, but be glad to try some new things out. So until next time.